Hey, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm getting the stuff put in the bike, getting ready. We're heading over to the track.
Well,
have an interesting day ahead of us.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, I can't wait to get inside the Motor Speedway grounds over there. We won't be on the actual track, but we'll be on parking lot doing some DMV kind of testing, braking, so forth, and then we're going to get out on the course, closed course for professionals only. Don't do this at home, but we're going to have a great day.
So yeah, stay with us and follow us.
Yep. See ya. So what should we expect today?
Some motorcycles and riding them.
I like it. So we'll do a little bit of like DMV stuff, right? Some braking and stuff like that, and then we'll get out on the closed course, eh?
Exactly.
Can't wait. I can already hear rumbling over there.
The course looks nice and big, long, stretched out, so it's going to be interesting.
Should be fun.
Let's do this.
You guys signing away your lives?
We are.
That's right.
All right, can I have your bikes?
Why do we have to sign a waiver? What's going on here? So I don't want to surprise you today, but I had the bike built last night. Got a turbocharger on it. I've got new tread. They're track tires. I put some suspension. I stiffened that thing up. It could be a pretty hot day today for me. At my level, which is pretty low. So I'm going to raise it just a little bit. Please capture it on me, all right?
You got you.
Okay.
It's the way that these motorcycles are engineered to be ridden. So it would be very counterproductive to teach habits that really conflicted with the way that the engineers ride the bike and how they develop product. Each year after year, we're using some of this racing now in King of the Baggers and Super Hooligans for the next year's models. So if you've ridden a Softail and from a couple years ago versus maybe 5-10 years ago, you already know the handling differences, and even the Road Glide, really feeling the bike be much more agile, and that's coming directly from the racing. So we are seeing this race on Sunday, sell on Monday happen. There's no reason that we can't roll off to the brake lever the same way that we would in King of the Baggers, or the same way that Valentino Rossi would in a MotoGP race.
Cody is behind the scenes doing bagger testing. His brother, of course, Kyle Wyman, is King of the Baggers, just won Daytona, just dominated at Daytona, pole, quickest, won everything. So we are really involved with Harley-Davidson. And Cody and Travis, these two guys, come up here, Trav, stand here so people can actually look at you and see that he's actually a fairly normal human being, but these are two of the most gifted riders in the country. They have won. They've won on 1,000cc Superstocks. They've been on the podium on Hooligans. They've won on baggers. They've been on podiums on baggers. I mean, this is the national AMA National Moto America champion on a 400 Ninja, and then now he's the WERA national champion on an R1, 202 horsepower R1. So when these riders are watching you and these coaches are watching you and they talk to you, you got to try these things.
Two things make up front tire grip. That's brake pressure, front brake pressure, and lean angle, okay? We want to think of front tire grip, of this front tire, of having 100 points of available traction, or 100% of available traction. If I'm at 0 points of lean angle, I could squeeze on to 100 points of front brake. So that ABS cycles to the front feels like it's starting to tuck or wallow. I can use all of the available braking. So I'm braking into a corner straight up and down. I trail off the brakes. If I add 10 points of lean angle or percent, I give away 10 points of brake pressure. Add another 10 points, ease off another 10 points. It's called trail braking. It's how every single one of your motorcycles was designed to be ridden. It's very common in this sport. When we want to go quicker, we can have the misconception that we want to get more aggressive, right? E, you got that bike there? Why don't you roll it forward and just bring it to a stop about there. Whoa, okay. All right, that's one way to do it. All right, yeah, just roll it up there. Got some lean angle, bring it to a stop.
Yeah.
So ease that rider that thinks I need to really send it. I got to get aggressive. I got to grab the brakes. A verb we'll never use. We never grab the brake lever. Right? We might squeeze the brake lever, ease off the brake lever. So front tire grip. What two things make up front tire grip? Come on. Brakes and lean angle, right? So E's got this 40-point hand. Every time he goes to the brakes, he stabs the lever. 40 points. 40 points, 40 points, 40 points, 40 points. But if he never leans it over past 60, he'll always kind of get away with it. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Same amount of brake pressure, right? We'll bring it up here. We'll come to a stop. All right, so there he's squeezing the lever at the end, the same if not more, but it's the initial squeeze on the lever. We call it the first 5% of braking, okay? So he's gonna get to that lever. He's not gonna stab it where the front tucks. He's gonna go first 5, load the tire. Now we can put a crazy amount of load into the tire, but if we're aggressive and stab it, you see it tuck. So this tire can take a tremendous load. You see the front tire flex, contact patch builds, but if you're just too aggressive initially, you're seeing it skip and tuck. Stabbing the brake lever at lean angle, that's the difference between tucking the front versus a smooth couple percent. We put load into the tire, then we can ask the tire to truly work.
And let's not even think about it as trail braking, because that may be an advanced technique. Let's call it brake assisted steering, right? Brakes control 3 things. Yes, speed, but more importantly, it's gonna control our geometry and our contact patch. Anytime we're changing direction, we're solely focused on front grip, thinking about front. Now the corner's starting to open up, transition the weight towards the rear, thinking about rear, allowing our brakes to do the steering for us.
Galen, you ready for the motorcycle workout?
Well, I guess I have to push my bike, brake it, trail brake it, let off, roll. I've got a big bike.
You got this, dude. You're a big dude. So what do you think the point of this is?
Letting you learn your brakes and feel how you can lightly pull in and they work, and then lightly let out and they let release. So it just lets you know that,
You always tend to grab your throttle and you're late to the brake. So just hovering over that brake makes all the difference in the world.
Well, I guess what the thing is that I just learned here is the smoothness of braking. You don't have to have a lot, and it will stop the bike, and then you release it very slowly, and it's not a it's a. So, yeah.
Wow, I really like the pressure that they were putting on that tire, and talking about if you stab the brake, it chatters. But then Cody was like, and he couldn't. So the contact and the patch that you're on. That's what we need to have through the corner.
It all makes total sense,
So I can't wait to try it. I think we're going to do some braking scenarios here, but
I think
I can't wait to get out there.
Naturally, I think we've been doing it on the open road.
Well, it was good to hear Nick say, 60-40 front to rear, because we do use rear brake as well. So it'll be interesting as the day goes what we learn.
I never brake without using both. Ever.
I do.
So.
And I'm going to ask Cody, a lot of times I'll downshift before the corner, and I try not to use a lot of brake through the corner. I just try to go. So I don't think that's right. Go do some rectangle practice on braking into the corner with Travis Wayman.
Just like this. Stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Keep the finger right there, right? Let's do this.
never been what?
Egg scraper, man.
Egg scraper, huh? What's that mean?
You know, laying the bike over so far it scratches, but you don't need to do that. Learning here today, it's a waste of time.
That's right. Just slowing yourself down. It's called drag.
This is very slow and controlled now. But I like it the other way. It's fucking rad.
So close to being really good. Berkey, what didn't you not like?
Right there at the end, he was holding brake pressure as he came to that stop, and then all of a sudden that fork, just all that energy in the fork and tire just came rebounded right back at him. So he was not smooth with the brake release, the final 5% of the braking.
So here's the difference in what we teach. Every time you stop your vehicle, you can practice something easy. Why are we unhappy with that very end? What is Steve not practicing?
Yeah, right. This is trail braking in a straight line. Being able to trail this brake pressure off as we're adding it down into the corner. Trading this braking force for lateral load into the corner. So this chauffeur stop, releasing to a stop, is trail braking in a straight line.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Winning a national championship
Yes,
with
sir.
it. So everybody, you graduates, if you aren't doing that, if I rode with you in your car and you stopped and I'd be like, dude, were you awake during when I talked to you about? Are you listening?
I mean, you think about saving your life. Eyes up, trail braking, keeping the focus, and getting stopped. Yeah, I like it.
It is good. You got to be able to stop your bike.
I think they said like third gear. This will be interesting. So you're not just pinning things down, and it's a smooth but a quicker stop. So we're gonna practice that.
So you're trail braking in a straight line, right?
Yeah, it's really important, and a lot of people don't think about what we're actually doing here today, and it's important. Once they do a course like this, they think about it, and it's gonna pay off.
Got a little bit of ABS there at the rear. Can you hear it, feel it pulsating in your foot? Not bad, but your initial front brake pressure, very smooth. We like that. And then, of course, your trailing off could be a little bit smoother, but I really like that attempt on it, right? You really got on it. That's a good challenge to see how much brake pressure you can build and how fast you can stop these bikes. Great job. Circle back around, find the shortest line.
Actually, I was worried that you were gonna get a lot of fork rebound, but the way that you gave up that brake, the only criticism I got for you is you were kind of building brake pressure a little late into the brake bend.
Okay.
Trying to squeeze the lever a little harder back there.
All right.
Nice job.
Another high fiber. Boom.
Yeah, just a little abrupt, so just take a little bit more time to get that thing loaded. You still want to do it fast, but just do it a little smoother.
Gotcha.
All right, go for it.
That was fun, man. Do it again.
Cover the brake. Yes. Good. Really nice job.
That's how it's done, baby.
Now you got the brake pressure in there. Before you're coming in at 80%, doing good. Now you're up into the 90s, getting the thing started. You feel different, right?
Yep.
Once it's loaded, brother man, we can squeeze that lever. Nice job.
Feeling good. Keep going. It's been a busy day, a fun day. We're going to be tired at the end of the day.
I mean, I could do that all day long. Learning from these guys has been amazing. I want to thank Red Rock Harley for getting us out here. So cool.
Gotta keep your strength up.
We always say if you don't go, you won't know. Well, if you don't do this class, you won't know either.
Let's have a little meeting.
Hey everybody, my name's Brandy with the Sin City Moto Girls, and I just want to say thank you to my friends over at 2 Lane Live for allowing me to interrupt today's video. I'm currently on a mission to raise $2,000 to send 5 women to the Red Rock Harley-Davidson track training day on December 14th. But not stopping there, 2026 is right around the corner, and the Sin City Moto Girls is a 501c3 nonprofit. The mission is to make sure that we build confidence in women on 2 wheels every single month in the year of 2026. Your generosity truly helps change lives. The link's down below. Now let's get back to it.
We're sold out. We've got 40 riders out here in Vegas, and we're really just working on training of proper technique. You know, there's so much crazy advice out there in this sport, and we're trying to push that aside and focus on our priorities, right? Focus and being in the moment, refocusing. We talked about grip, how we can create grip with the front brake, things that a lot of riders aren't using enough, really relying on rear brake versus the front. Radius is miles an hour, you know, how we can use our speed to adjust our bike's radius or its trajectory, and how all these things have to get direction. You know, it's the umbrella of direction, covers us all. Everything we do, eyes, body, and brakes, we have to get the bike pointed and in a position to safely accelerate. So we're going to be able to enjoy the sport more, right? When we're in control and controlling front tire grip. We're using the full course here outside the speedway. We got stops, and we also have cones around the track that point directions, and they're changing. So the track's changing every time. The riders are visually having to scan and put the bike where we point them. So it's constantly changing, always having to adjust to it. And then Steve Ritchie, he's giving mini drills. So you do one lap just focused on one thing. It could be using over-exaggerating body off to the inside. It could be looking up to the exit sooner. It could be exhaling at tipping. Things riders don't talk about enough about is breathing and relaxing and exhaling to take weight out of the hands. So a few of these things just to try to think about one thing for the whole lap, and it really helps kind of highlight when we forget about other things on the bike. So a quick stop to put our feet down, to refocus, to have a plan before we ride, and try to execute trying new things out here on the racetrack, a safe environment to do so.
Fucking great. This was great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Every rider, new rider, any rider should go through this stuff. Seriously.
Guess what? You can see a full video of this day. Good luck.
Thank you, Red Rock Harley. Thank you guys. We appreciate you.
All together, if you're nervous while you're riding, use the brakes.
What a great day we had. ChampSchool is awesome. Red Rock Harley is awesome. We finished a great day.
So guess what? 3, 2, 1. See you down the road.